of new names. How is everybody doing? Hi. Hello, hello, hello. Alexia, I like your overall outfit thing.
Amazon, it's the best Amazon find I've ever found. I'm just gonna show you. This is like the ultimate mom romper jumper. It's like, sorry.
It's so cute.
I can
I want to get one.
I'll send you the
link.
link.
I want to get one.
I'm telling you, it's my favorite. Because I also like in the summertime, in the wintertime, I wear it with long sleeves. In the summertime, I wear it with short sleeves and like, a really cute tank. It's so cute. It's so, yeah.
That is so cute. Oh my goodness. We have so many people joining and so many new people. I am so excited to have everybody on. Hi. How did you guys all find me? This is so cool. Welcome to Abundant Academy, our weekly call. We are going to go through all things AI. As you guys know, Alexia is one of our founding partners in Abundant Academy and my partner in Abundant Management. She helps with all things virality. So if you've seen any of like my content on at Abundant Management or at the AI Mama, then you'll know that that is Alexia's touch. She's had plenty of moms and clients go absolutely bananas viral. And her and I have launched quite a few programs. She's actually one of the main founders of our Business in a Box model, which is what we're going to be going through at the workshop, where we literally hand you a business in a box with all of our Canva templates, all of our digital downloads, all of everything that you need to have like your digital product business. We've partnered with Shannon Cairns, who made 2.8 million in digital product sales. We partnered with Alexia, who went totally, this is crazy, guys. I prayed. I have to stop for a second because it just hit me. I actually prayed like the prayer of Jabez, where it's like expand my territory, and I posted about it on AI Mom. And wow, that's so cool. God answers prayers. I'm so happy that you guys are all here. Anyways, Alexia and I have partnered on this Business in a Box thing, and we teach you all ways to go viral, all ways to start leaning into your social media, cultivating a social media following that converts, so many different things. So that is Alexia and I. Today I am going to be teaching you all things AI that I use to streamline my motherhood and build out my businesses. So from my personal experience, I have built 3 businesses in the last 2 years. All of them are cash flowing and profitable. I do have a 6-figure Shopify store, and we're reaching 6 figures with Abundant Academy. I do it through AI. So I've written multiple books. I have helped all of my clients write books. We've written all digital products. I have 3 babies under 3. I started this process when I was pregnant with my 3rd. So we have been like crazy busy, and I've learned so many different ways to be leaning into AI, and all of my experts on Abundant Academy use AI, and all of our students are taught to use AI. And we do that because it's a way to be super hands-free when it comes to not only like motherhood. So instead of feeling overwhelmed with meal planning and a lot of administrative tasks, we use AI. I'm sorry, like this is crazy. We just keep admitting people. We use AI to keep ourselves hands-free and to build businesses in the background. So that way you really can have an element of your business cash flowing and revenue generating working in the background. I'm going to teach you the difference between light work, heavy work, and the way that I tee up ChatGPT to help me with my light work to be running in the background while I'm grocery shopping or being present with my babies. To start all at the very beginning, now that you guys have heard my mouthful, and I think we've kind of slowed down on the people coming in. We love to go around on our weekly calls and give some mom wins. So I highly encourage everybody to take your cameras off, like put your cameras on. I love to see our interactions. Once I get into the core meat of it, I love for you guys to like put your hand up, start talking, communicate. Amanda's here. Oh my goodness, Tony's here, Carissa's here, Janet's here, Emily's here. We have Pamela's here.
I'm on mission. I just wanted to say hi, and I love you guys.
I am so proud of you. Amanda is a mom of 12. She just gave birth. She's, I think, what are you, like 4 months postpartum? And she is on mission with her twin babies. She has 4 sets of twins, and she is on mission doing mission work in North Carolina to deal with the hurricane relief. And she's so committed to us that she has hopped on. Hi, Chris. Oh, thank you so much, Amanda. She teaches virality, motherhood, so much cool stuff. Follow her on @SellersDozen if you haven't already.
I gotta go, but I love you guys.
I love you.
Follow me and I'll follow you back.
Okay, so I would love to hear some mom wins before we get fully into it. I'll start. My mom win is I survived Easter. We traveled and we stayed at my mother-in-law's house, and my toddlers, actually, they were listening. They were fully talking and communicating with people. They were, I mean, I know that sounds kind of silly the way that I'm saying it, but I was just really impressed how polite my toddlers were out in doing a bunch of things. So that was my mom win. Does anybody else have a mom win? I would love to hear from you. We'll spend about five minutes on this. Look at how cool this is. You guys are awesome. Alexia, what's your mom win?
My mom win is that this weekend, I felt so present with my family, and it was really cool because Chelsea, we've been working really hard to really let AI help us and automate things. And this weekend I had a ton of sales for just my playbook out of nowhere. And
that's amazing.
It's just really cool to watch this happening. And so fully present this weekend. I was relaxed for the first time in a while. I'm a passionate lady. So shutting my brain off and being able to dial in, my page is a true testament to me, trying to create harmony and peace inside, being this passionate businesswoman while also I just want to make some bread, and I want to take care of my home and be with my babies. And so it's like I'm split into two. And so this weekend, I just felt so comfortable, and it finally felt wow, everything we've been working on, it works. Look at it working. I mean, ding, ding, and I'm just wow, this is so cool. And I just want you guys to know, I'm going to cry, if you've been feeling gosh, all of this work I'm doing and I just don't know what it's for, I promise you, you are on, we always say we're on the precipice, and I just feel we have arrived. And so it's coming for you. And so I just felt that this weekend. I just wanted to share.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. I'm so proud. You do work so hard, and it is the best to be wow, everything is clicking. I had all of my content automated. I had my emails automated, and I was actually able to sit. And I almost felt for a second, I was I'm seeing my kids, not for the first time, but I'm fully sitting and connecting with my kids. And it's the whole point of what we're doing. So I agree with you. It was so cool seeing it come through, and then seeing the dings of the sales, and knowing that I wasn't super live in my stories. I wasn't super active. I wasn't intensely being because we built it. And that's what's so neat is about our business in a box and the workshop is we are giving you the tools so that way it does get automated and you can have those moments too. Cause I know so many of the moms here today have had all of these ideas for so long. Carissa, we were talking about it. Tony, we were talking about it. Even Jana, we were talking about it. You have the ideas, you have the mission, you have the point, but you're oh, how do I connect all of the dots and get my message out and then actually make that into sales? So I'm so happy and honored that we're building this community. That way we can troubleshoot what we're dealing with. And we want to give you all of the tools that we need, that we know work, and then help you implement and execute them. So exciting. Does anybody have a last minute win before I really delve into like fully teaching mode?
Me.
Go.
I'm giving a mom win. So like this weekend, well, actually the last 2 weeks since like doing the trainings with you guys, one, I just finally feel, I've been talking to Alexia, for like months now, off and on, of just like, no, I'm done with social media. I can't breathe here. Like I can't do it anymore. But this space is so life-giving to me, and I don't feel the pressure or the expectation. Instead, I feel like this peaceful, all these ideas in my head. I was telling Chelsea today in a voice message, I have all of these, like, I have this whole enterprise in my head. I just don't know how to get all the mechanics together to put it out there in a place where everybody's going to find it and buy it and market it, and even the platform to do all of that with. And so finally feeling like there's this place, because I've invested a lot in development and growth and trainings and coachings and all this stuff. And I have it all here. I just needed the outlet to get it, so that's very exciting for me. And also just like a small mom win since last week when you were talking about having Judy is what you call your ChatGPT, right? I call mine Mia. We talked about it. We decided on a name together. Her name is Mia. And she generated me for a homeschool mom that works on the farm of 4 kids, homeschooling, all the things. I have dinner, breakfast, lunch, snacks. And then just to top it off, I'm like, hey, can you make me a list of like last minute Easter ideas under $25? These are my kids. This is the age of my kids. This is kind of what they like. Give me 10 ideas for all of them. And it did. In a printable like checklist, I felt like I was cheating. It was so good.
Right? So that's the whole point. That is the perfect segue into, I'm so glad to hear that, Carissa. And I love
so cool.
I love talking with you. And I love hearing all of your ideas. So for everybody, you can DM me on at the AI Mama or at Abundant Management. And that's me. And I will be responding with you. I give a lot of like business advice via memos. If you have any questions or you need help implementing them, I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. So make sure that you reach out. Okay, so everybody needs to name their ChatGPT. If we're gonna back up for a second, because I love that so many of our moms are doing that. And it's basically naming your assistant. And that's what I refer to. So I wrote my whole book on that. I just put that in the chat. So I put my AI Mom book, my Mom Business Blueprint book. I put it's all of my digital product. So we'll talk about that next week on Thursday, about building a digital product. But you can see my sample of one, and it has over 2,000 ChatGPT prompts built into that, separated in ways that you can be using it for both your mom life and your business life. So that should help you. I put that in the chat. Give it a heart if you've received it. I want to make sure you get it and it doesn't get lost in the chat. And if you haven't, you can always DM me and I'll give it to you. Okay. We want to, first of all, does everybody know what ChatGPT is? Can you give me a yes? I think most people do. If you haven't, it is an app. You can use it on both your desktop and your phone. I highly suggest downloading ChatGPT, the app, and you should pin it, because that is my go-to. And I just basically, what I do, and after I tell you this, you've taken my course and we don't need to continue. No, I'm just kidding. You open up your ChatGPT app and you start talking to ChatGPT like your assistant. So I'm going to break down how to do that today, but I use her and talk to her all the time about everything. So just like Carissa was saying, and what I go through in my course, in my book, is you want to offload as much of the mental load as possible. So I want to remember the last 15 minutes, I want to take some of your hardest to-dos that you guys have as moms, and I'm going to take some of those and you can submit them into the chat, and we're going to work with ChatGPT to solve them. I'm going to help you build out prompts so you can get rid of some of the hardest to-dos that you have, because I know for me, and the biggest reason why I even started doing this was I kind of have like analysis paralysis and I get really stressed out. I have ADHD. I get really stressed out on what do I do next? I don't know how to prioritize. My brain kind of stops and I don't know how to prioritize my next task. So I've learned a lot, and especially when I have crazy mom brain, and I'm tired and I'm postpartum. Jana's pregnant. She knows, like, you get like, as you guys know, you have that mom fog. So you don't know how to prioritize X, Y, and Z. So I talk to ChatGPT like I would if I had an assistant. And I want everybody to open their ChatGPT. You're going to update your memory. So I'm going to try to share my screen, and I am going to explain what I mean when you update your memory. Has everybody done that? Am I going to waste our time? Can you let me know in the chat if I show you how to update memories? You did it today. Good. Okay.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
When you're updating your memory, like I don't have the app on my phone. I use it on my laptop, and I have all of mine are in different folders, right? So every conversation I have is a different tab. And it doesn't cross-reference all of my conversations. So do I need to do it that way, or do I need to be doing it in a different way where everything I work on is in one place?
So I have different folders. I'm going to show you in mine. I have different folders, and I also have so sometimes, because what that chat does is it will keep, sorry. Oh man. I thought I was all prepared. What it will do is it will keep your chats different. So like when you're trying to do your business and your mom stuff, it'll keep that separate. So sometimes it's good to have it in those different folder chats, or if you're working on different projects, that way it remembers and it keeps the memory pretty succinct. But your overall, okay, see, as you can see here, see, I have all of my different projects. So I have my different folders. Here's my Shopify business. I'm coming out with an AI wedding planner where you can plan your own wedding, like through AI. How cool would that be? You don't need a wedding planner anymore. Like, come on. The webinar, abundant management, and then mom life. So I have different folders. I had coaching call prep ideas just because I was so nervous about today that I wanted to make sure I did a good job coaching. So I have that here. But anyway, so that's my stuff. What I like to do is I can go in and I need to figure out. I always work on my phone. So sorry if I'm fumbling around. I have the Pro. So I pay the $20 a month, and I look at it like it's my business plan. It's a business expense. It's like oh my goodness gracious.
I think chat actually does cross-reference, because if, I'm the same way, I separate it like that. But, if I start a new chat, it'll pull so many details about myself right there that I've talked about in all my individual folders.
I think that's a new feature. I think that's, I got an update because mine never used to do that, but then I got an update and it says that it's now pulling from all threads. Because I used to like open new threads, like didn't want it to like get history.
What in the world?
Yeah, it is new. I'm pretty sure, which is awesome. I love that because a lot of time I clog mine up so much. I usually have to start new threads for my business. It's crazy.
I'm sorry. I don't know how to do it on my desktop to update my memory, but you can also do it this way where you type in all of your memories. So I wanted to share my screen and show you how to do it, but I would have to share it on my phone, which I may be able to do if I move it to my phone. Let me see. Hold on. Can you see this? Can you see my screen at all?
We can see it. It's a little fuzzy, but I think we could. I think if you talk to it as you press the buttons, I think
Yeah.
it'll.
So the only thing that I wanted to show you is if you go down here and you go to the 3 buttons, can you guys see that at the bottom of your app? If you go to those 3 buttons down there, you can update your memory. You can scroll down and it will show you personalization. So you click personalization and it will show you manage memories. Mine's 100% full because I have so much in there and I have to clean it out, but you can manually input in things for it to remember. What I like to do, that was the only thing that I wanted to show you. What I like to do is I like to hit this button, the microphone button, and I like to say, okay, I am a mom of 3 under 3. I have my daughter Kaya, who's turning 3. I have my son Cashton, who's 1.5. I have my daughter Cora, who's 7 months. And I want Kaya to start, you know, her 3rd birthday. We're going to go to the butterfly garden. I give ChatGPT a memory. My husband, he likes Italian food. I go through and I give ChatGPT a full rundown of everything about my family. And I say, update your memory to remember who my husband is, my kids, and my likes. And I want it to be updated on my memory for me as a mom. So that way, when I'm using all different, I never use the computer version. Okay. That way, when I'm using all different kinds of prompts and the memory is updated, it will just remember who I am. Does that make sense? Because I know I kind of fumbled there. I just want to make sure that you guys kind of understood what the process is in updating your memory. Anytime you put in a prompt that you feel like is succinct or something important or something that you want to remember with your business, good. You say update memory and she'll remember that memory. I did in here. So, okay. So as you can see, you go to settings, tap personalization, then memory, and hit manage memory. Okay. I'm going to put this into our chat. I'm going to text this to myself so that way you can remember this for later. So once I have ChatGPT built out that understands who my kids are, who my husband is, and what my kind of goals are. So I like to brainstorm with ChatGPT before I bring any kind of idea or anything at all to my team. I like to flush out what my ideas are first with ChatGPT. So I will go here before I forget. And do you guys want to focus on mom or business today? Because I can lean hard into mom life is what I was planning on doing today. But we can lean into business instead. Okay. So I'm getting the consensus business. All right. So, okay. Forget the kids. Let's do this. Okay. So you have all of your, we'll start with it. We'll start with the time block and that way it segues pretty. Let's go. Okay. So we want to time block our day. For me, I get really overwhelmed if I'm not in my routine. I also have toddlers that really lean into me for a lot of stuff. So I need to free up hours of time and I need to block my time. So like I was talking about in the beginning, we have light work versus heavy work. Heavy work, when I refer to heavy work, that's super intensive. I need to concentrate. I need to be focused. I need to be present, like right here. There's no way that I'm going to be able to do this with toddlers running around me and trying to train you guys. I can't do that. However, I can take a passive call and have my kids around. I can send a voice memo and have my kids around. I can listen to voice memos or kind of brainstorm with ChatGPT while I'm out grocery shopping. I can do that, or while driving, whatever, like you have a phone call. I can do that. And I call that kind of light work. things that I can do passively. But if I need to like be very intensive and intentional, that's heavy work for me if I'm planning out, you know, a strategy plan. So what I like to do is time block my day and my week based off of what are my goals. Okay. So for the next 6 months, my goals are to build Abundant Academy into a place that moms can come and walk away with a ready-made business, tools to implement what their business is, and whatever revenue stream that they so choose, but it's a virtual business and they feel relieved and fulfilled that they can actually like do the thing, right? So in order to achieve that over the next 6 months, I want to send daily emails that walk away with value. I want to give hyper specific content that people can walk away with value. I want to be able to create multiple digital products or have templates for moms to be able to have that business in a box, right? I want to have quarterly events, and I want to have value-packed weekly coaching calls. So those are my goals for the next 6 months. Okay, that's what I want to be able to accomplish. I think a lot of the moms on here want to accomplish similar things in their life when it comes to sales. I can give numbers. I mean, eventually I want us hitting $100,000 months, not years. Like I want us huge, right? Now, in order to accomplish that, I tell ChatGPT, these are my goals. Now I say, back it down. Okay. I need to back that down to monthly goals. I need to then back that down to weekly goals. And then I need to back that down to daily goals. What are my daily goals that I need to accomplish? What are my top 3 things? And I use ChatGPT to help me do that. I also tell ChatGPT, and why it's important for ChatGPT to know about your kids and your kids' schedules is because I need to bake in the fact that they have extracurriculars where I need to be present. I need to bake in the fact that I for my ideal life in my everyday, I want to be able to make dinner at home with my kids. I want to be able to be present when my husband gets home from work, like 6:30. So I don't want to be on my phone. I don't want to be working. I want to bake in 20-minute super intentional times with my children, and I want to work out every morning. Those are my personal goals. So I need ChatGPT to help me blend those goals together. So that way I know here's my time block schedule that I can work through. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I like that.
It makes sense. Okay. So you want to always update your memory in ChatGPT. So that way ChatGPT knows what your goals are and can help you offload that mental load. Because what happens to us as moms is we tend to go, oh my gosh, I have all of these things that I need to get done. And then you get that analysis paralysis and you just can't. So then it takes another 3 months for you to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish. So what we need to do is set time blocks and tell ChatGPT, how do you update it? You have to say it all again. No, I don't know if you have to say it all again, but what you want to do is you always want to say update memory. Here's this. Okay. So you want to make sure that the memory is updated with what your kids' extracurriculars are, depending on what age they are. You want to make sure that they're updated with what your goals are, so that way ChatGPT knows. Then you can say every morning, what I want to do is I want to wake up with. So I have my heavy days are Tuesdays and Thursdays because I'm doing intensive training. And then I block out and I only allow an hour every day to do something heavy. Like that's it. Cause that's the season of my life. Like I need to have more present time with my children. They need me too much. So I can only do like one-on-ones or anything like that for like an hour a day. That's it. No, Carissa, I'm doing heavy work for an hour a day. Up until this point, to build this, so you can do it in an hour to 3 hours a day. I've been working like 20-hour days, but I've been doing a lot of that through ChatGPT. So it's a lot of talking to ChatGPT, making sure ChatGPT understands what I'm doing, flushing out my business ideas, flushing out how to get there. Yes, of course. What's insane is you can back in ChatGPT to know, like, okay, you know what your goals are, you know how to time block. Now you're going to want to say, help me prioritize my to-do list. And what I like to do is I wake up in the morning, and after my devotional and coffee, I open my voice to text notes, and I say, okay, from the house, I literally go around and I look around, and I want to clear my mental craziness. So I look around, here's everything that needs to be done. And I just talk to her as I'm walking around. So I would love to give you a written out prompt, and I gave you a lot in there so you can just look through the index. But honestly, the best piece of advice that I can tell you is to just talk to ChatGPT like you need to in the morning. And you go around and you say, here are all the things that I need to get done around the house. I like to take a picture of my fridge. I like to meal plan on Sundays. So I know my meals for the week. I've already updated my memory so they know my tastes, my kids' flavor profiles, everything. So that way I can say, here's my heavy week. Here are the things that I need done. I want to be able to create my meal plan and have it be 30 minutes days. We were planning out the week on Sunday. So that way I can either literally just take a picture of what's in my fridge and my pantry, and I can say, what do I need to buy from the grocery store? I literally treat ChatGPT like my personal assistant, and you can take pictures of your pantry, of your fridge. You can take pictures of helping you need to come up with an outfit idea for your kids. You can take pictures and upload it, all of that. And the reason, I know we're talking about business today, but the reason why I do all of that is it clears that mental load of motherhood. So that way you can take time and actually focus on all of that. Yeah, you guys didn't know that? Yes, I'm telling you, take pictures of whatever you're trying to accomplish and ask ChatGPT what to do with it. I'm going to really blow your mind in a second when it comes to like the marketing stuff and the new release of ChatGPT 3.0. But you want to clear everything that you can of the motherhood mental load. So that way you can free up your brain space for business. And then when you have all of that automated, you're literally sitting with your babies and clicking sales in the background. But yeah, so I take pictures of my fridge, my pantry, my kids' clothes. I'm like, hey, I want to take fun pictures today. Can you help me organize, like come up with like a matching outfits or whatever? Like ChatGPT will do anything for you. So those are some fun prompts. There's 1,000 of them in there, but I know that we're talking about business. So you've batched your day, you've gotten your whole like itinerary set out that aligns with your goals and your kids' activities. So now we're going to get into what is the heavy work. I know I said a lot. I tend to talk a lot. If you guys have a question, let me know. I'm going to stop and look really quick. I love ChatGPT, use it all the time. Good. Yes, that is a game changer if you use ChatGPT to time block, but I always time block with a purpose. So I always go back to what are my goals? How do I batch? How do I task stack to be able to hit my goals? What are some things that you can ask ChatGPT, what are some things that I can offload to you? You can take pictures, screenshots of all of your text messages that you've missed or emails that you haven't read and upload that to ChatGPT and say, help me come up with a response in my brand voice. And we'll talk about that in a second. You can offload so much to ChatGPT and then it just becomes a copy and paste. Okay, so
Chelsea, why
you use ChatGPT? Yeah.
This is one of the reasons why having it on your, my video's off. This is one of the reasons why having it on your phone is really important.
Yeah.
Our phones are attached, like love the desktop version, great. I'm gonna be honest with you. If it's not on your phone, the type of like integration she's talking about will never happen for your business and life. It won't, because you're walking around, you're doing stuff, like it just won't happen. Like I've recently created one for my life now that integrates with my business, like she's talking about for Judy, and you can't do it if it's just on your desktop. I rarely open my desktop up to do all the things for my business. Like for my corporate job, yeah, got it. But like I work everything from my cell phone, everything from slides to presentation to everything. And she's talking light and heavy work. The majority of it's done in that light work. And then there's in between moments, but you have to have it on your phone. Just saying it.
Yeah, totally. Your phone won't download the app. You don't see the update available on your phone, but it says, then I would invest in a different phone. It's that critical. It's that critical to be able to have the app. I would highly suggest considering that, or like asking the Geek Squad, because it's so pivotal. It's so pivotal, like Alexia said, in the way for me to accomplish everything that I accomplish in a day, and to be able to streamline what now I'm building like multiple businesses at the same time, which is I would, as a coach and mentor, I would advise highly against it. But the only reason why I can do that is through ChatGPT, to streamline and to be able to hit the goals that we all have. And I'm gonna speak for you guys. I'm assuming that your goals are similar to mine. You want automated businesses on the back end. You want to be able to have some kind of recurring revenue, whether it be income replacing or generational wealth building, or even just an extra $500 a month. You want to be able to do that and generate that on the back end without much hands-on work. Is that correct? Am I aligned in hoping that? If that is the case, and you only want to be working for an hour to 3 hours a day, I would highly suggest ensuring that you have the access to ChatGPT, because I'm going to show you a few things today that are insane. And then we can talk about a couple of different additional AI tools. And then Alexia, if you're available, can you also, on our YouTube channel, Phil Stringer's is there. Can you drop that in the chat? Because he talks about a few additional AI apps. He's going to be at the workshop on Friday. But Phil Stringer is like, he teaches Tony Robbins and Bradley and all of them how to use AI. And he's really incredible. So I'm assuming if those are your goals, then the focus is we're going to have to use ChatGPT. You can also use the URL version, but I would figure out the best way to download the app. I don't know if it's restarting, get the Geek Squad, whatever, but you're going to need the app. Okay, so we've confirmed that we know our goals. We're going to talk to ChatGPT about all of our goals. Yes, I have. I've had it say memory is full, and I've looked back at my memory, and sometimes it's full of like junk that you can just get out. And I have to update my memory probably every 30 to 60 days. But I also use it for literally everything. My husband laughs at me. That's why, how do you update it? You go into your settings, personalization, and then you go to memory. It'll say memory is full, and then you just clear where it's overloaded. Somebody have a question before I move into some crazy, amazing, mind-blowing tricks? Okay, so we've tasked that. Do we know how to use it on a daily basis? Now I want you to batch. I'm going to focus on a digital product business, simply because it's been the common theme of what we're talking about. In these coaching sessions, we're going to talk about different businesses. We'll get into Shopify. We'll get into our coaching businesses. We'll get into all different types of businesses. But currently, the lowest hanging fruit and most feasible is, yeah, that's so funny, is digital product creation, because I am a huge advocate. I know all of my experts are huge advocates. Every single one of us as moms should have a digital product, especially if you have a social media. And it is like becoming clearer and clearer and clearer by all of the gurus, all of the entrepreneurs, all of these business leaders are saying your personal brand online matters the most, especially with AI. AI is going to be replacing so many, and what I'm going to show you for some of our marketing materials and all of our batch creation, AI is going to replace a lot of jobs, which means that we need to get smarter and we need to get ahead and incorporate that. The sooner we learn how to incorporate it into our daily life, the better we are. Cool tidbit. It's going to be my second book. You guys will hear it now all the time. It's called vibe coding. So a lot of these like a lot of these coders that create apps and like business bots, which I'm creating for you already. Don't worry, we're coming it with it. But a lot of these coders, it's called vibe coding now, which they just talk to text. So even like the head coders of OpenAI, which is ChatGPT, they talk to text and they code their new apps through like vibing, and that's talking back and forth with AI. Isn't that cool? So we're coining the term mom vibing, because that's how we're going to start mom lifing it now, is we're going to be talk to texting and ChatGPT like all of the coders, because we deserve to be able to participate in today's society in the big business world. So anyways, the new, like all of these business leaders are saying, social media is critically important to establish a personal brand. If you guys have taken any of our courses before, if you haven't, you can get everything on YouTube. We always upload it straight to YouTube, especially for this last month. So take a look. It's called Abundant Academy TV. We have all of our YouTube, all of our coaching sessions up there for now. Your social media needs to be very hyper specific, as we've talked about. It needs to, and it's top of funnel. So think of it, when you want to create a digital business, you don't have a brick and mortar store anymore. So you don't have access to people anymore. You don't have foot traffic. Your foot traffic becomes your social media account, your social media presence. So you want to make sure that you're creating a relevant base of foot traffic. You don't, like, barbers don't want a bunch of people that are coming to eat at a restaurant, right? So when you are talking about creating a digital product business, you want to make sure that your social media presence reflects that. And we've talked quite a bit about being hyper specific, identifying your target demographic, making sure that you're feeding into and giving value to your target demo to attract an audience that converts. That's the only way in any online business or online business presence that you're going to start creating any kind of conversion or sales. So one way that I do that, and I do it every day, and I do it all of the time when I'm creating any kind of anything now, especially because so much of our products are online, you can SEO optimize them. Does everybody know what that means? It's like affects your Google ranking and where you sit. So you always want to use this prompt, and you want to use these certain tricks that I'm about to tell you. When you are creating anything online, whether it be your email, whether your email blasts, whether it be your YouTube channel descriptions, whether it be your Instagram captions, whatever it is, even your digital products, you want to make sure when you're talking to ChatGPT that you are cultivating your products for your target demographic. So you're going to want to say, hey, I would like to batch create 30 days of hyper specific content that is targeted for an SEO keyword optimized for my target audience. And I would like to bring value to them and keep my content hyper specific over the next 30 days, whatever it may be. Okay, Alexia, I can do that. I can do that at the end. That's okay. Yes, at the YouTube. Okay, perfect. So you want to, sorry, I'm getting distracted with the chats. Yes, I'm gonna say it into ChatGPT and then paste it here. I would like to create 30 days of hyper specific content for my AI mom digital product, to sell my digital product that targets my target audience, which is moms from 24 to 38, moms of multiple, looking to offload the mental load that is motherhood and build an online business. I would like to make sure that all of my text overlays and Instagram captions are hyper specific to this target demographic, SEO optimized, and using Apple Power Words within my brand voice. My brand voice is mom friendly, empowering other moms, talking to a normal mom authentically with a professional spin and knowing, you know, what I'm doing, because I do. So you saw that I just talked to ChatGPT for literally a minute. It's a minute and 7 seconds. She comes through and she translates what I just said. This is how I write my books. This is how I write my content for my digital product. It's literally dictation. They were doing it back in the 1950s and the 1920s. This was before AI. Whenever somebody tells you that you're cheating, tell them to kick rocks, because it's not true. If you are using AI like this, then it's just working smarter, not harder, and everybody can like go take a chill. Like, I don't know, get with it or don't, like whatever. But you can get left behind or jump on the train. I'm sorry, I get frustrated because so many people tell me that it's not a part. Yes, dictation, dictation, dictation. Okay. So let me copy and paste that, but I literally always want to say hyper specific. My memory typically knows my target demographic already, but you want to say hyper specific, what your goal is, how many times you want to be posting. They'll know, ChatGPT should know from your everyday, that from your goals that you want to post. My goal is 3 times a day. Alexia has me on like the crazy diet of 3 times a day, which is very tiring, but it's not as hard if you're doing it with ChatGPT and you're using this hyper specific like prompt. But you always want to make sure it's SEO optimized, hitting your target demographic, using SEO keywords. And I like to say Apple Power Words in my caption because it makes your marketing feel like Apple marketing. It literally changes the dynamics. So let me copy and paste the prompt. I think Alexia has something to say.
Oh, yeah. So when you're doing this, like everything that Chelsea is telling you is really, really important. One of the other things I would encourage you to do, like, especially if you're building posts, and I know like I'm always focused on maximizing your reach and getting more eyeballs on you with respect to your target audience and your ideal client. But as you do it, one of the prompts I also add to what Chelsea is saying is I'll talk to my ChatGPT. I never type into ChatGPT. Never. Only if I can't speak because I need to be quiet for some reason. And I hate doing it. But one of the things I say is act as a social media and virality expert. So in addition to what she's saying, act as a social media and virality expert and write me a clickbait worthy on-screen hook for my post, specifically designed for my ideal target client. When you write my caption, be sure to include the keywords for my target audience. I love what she's saying about the Apple keywords. So that's great. Include that. What it will kick back. And please write it specifically in my brand voice. Okay. So everything she said, those are a couple key things that I add to mine when it's kicking it back to me. And so the good thing about this is that it's going to write it back to you in your brand style, your voice. The more you talk to it the way she's saying, the more it gets to know like the phrases you use and like how you pause, right? And like even the dictate, like even like the grammar becomes branded per you. Does that make sense? So it's like really, really important that you do that, and it'll get better and better and better. Was she saying that's part of my problem? I have been using the app and voice. Yeah. It's what she's saying with this like mom vibing. It is very important. As Chelsea would say, it's critically important. She always tells me, Lex, that's critically important. And I'm like, right, it's critically important. It's like, I've been using that now like in my life because it's just something she's still saying like, no, that's critically important. I'm like,
oh my God, that's funny. That's really funny.
So that's going to change the game. If you're not using voice to text ChatGPT, that is part of the main issue you're having. That's why my Instagram has grown. Like I think in 20 days it's grown an additional 30,000. 10 days it's grown an additional 20 to 30,000. Like since like it's just I can't keep up with it because it knows me so well in my thread. It knows exactly what my audience is going to geek out on. Like I know the posts that won't go viral, but I also know the ones that will. Before I even post it, I know it'll just be off the chains. Like you'll get there too. You're training it the way Chelsea.
So you can also, yeah. So Alexia will voice to chat what she just said and put that in here. Can you voice to chat a prompt right now and put that in the chat, please?
I can. Give me a sec.
Yes, Alexia will do that. And then so what I just put in is what popped out for me, but she did 30 days. And what I go through is I will look through what she wrote and I will literally edit it. So I will take the voice memo again and I will say, hey, I don't like this phrase. This one didn't sound like me. Can you please rewrite this? Change the trigger words to all be the same, etc. And I just edit it like I would to an assistant. So the same way that you would talk to an assistant or a social media expert that works for you or your marketing team, you give edits. It just so happens that Judy or Mia or Emily or whomever you named your ChatGPT does it instantly. And I literally can sit and work with her for 15 minutes and come up with 30 days of content that's incredible. I can also say, I can ask for quotes. Can you give me hyper-specific quotes that something that I would say? Can you help me? I have a goal. Judy, I would like to write a book by the end of this year. And I would like to write my AI Mom 2.0, talk about mom vibing. Can you help me write that and help me write out? I want the chapters to be very takeaway. I want over 10,000 ChatGPT prompts in there. I want it to be almost categorized like a thesaurus. Like you talk to her, what are your huge goals? So a big feedback that I'm getting from a lot of my clients, especially our new mom clients, are saying, I don't know where to start. I have all of these ideas. I have these grand visions, but I don't know where to start. I don't know how to start. I don't know how to get the mechanics. Now, we're building Abundant Academy to be like the tangible tools that you can implement. But if you are trying to discuss a point A and like, you're like, I'm here, I want to get to Z or whatever you're trying to get to, right? You're trying to make those dots connect. Talk to ChatGPT and she can help you. And I really push doing that partially because in that process, she gets to know your brand voice. When you're talking to her and telling her what your goals are, what your dreams are, what you're trying to accomplish, she can come up with different ideas that are specific to you that you would have never otherwise thought about. I would have never thought about doing multiple categories in Abundant Academy ever. I would have stayed way back to 6 months ago had it not been for ChatGPT to tell me to break it into different categories. She beat out some crazy business mentors that I have. Like I would talk to Brad Lee this morning. I like to, and he didn't even structure it the same way that ChatGPT did. Because if you think about it, it's like Google, but on steroids with a personal touch. So it's better than any assistant you would have otherwise had. Okay, now I'm going to talk about I want to talk about some marketing, some of the key things that I do every day. So that way you guys can start implementing them into your business. We've talked about pontification, right? We've talked about, okay, here's my idea. How do I get it down? Now you guys kind of know how to talk. Is that a yes? Can you give me a yes if that's correct? Or am I okay to move on to some marketing stuff? Because what I really want you guys to learn is, okay, good. ChatGPT 3.0 is insane. So there are different types of chat modules and different types of like toggles that you can use in ChatGPT. You can use 4.0, which I like to use. You can use 4.3. You can use, there's different modes and it tells you what it's intended for. There's one for book writing. Claude is another really, really good app. At the very end, I'll tell you about some of those apps that are really, really good in addition to ChatGPT, but ChatGPT is always going to be your home base. You want to use the 4.0 kind of can help you with a lot of categorically, categorization and helping you lists and different kind of ways to articulate a thought. there's another one that can, so I live almost in 4.0. There's 4.5, which can help you with research. So like here's a mom hack, forget WebMD, and I am not giving medical advice, but if you have a rash or a child has a rash and you take a picture of it and you put it into ChatGPT 4.5 and you say, hey, I'm not quite sure what this is, then you can get kind of an understanding. And can you give me 5 questions to ask my pediatrician? Or can you make sure that you want to cross-reference anytime that you're using ChatGPT for any kind of research or anything like that? Say, please use the American Pediatric Society. Please cross-reference against this, like all of the main labels, right? Make sure that it's supported. And then you'll get really good information. And then I always ask, can you give me 3 or 4 questions to ask? Because I forget questions. Anyways, that's a good mom hack. Okay, so what you're gonna want to, and I've used all of my minutes. So on, let me back up. O3 was just released and it takes Dolly. Dolly is an image generator that OpenAI source has been using. It has created really kind of cool images, but it still looked like AI. So it wasn't amazing. So you had to use different apps in order to create visuals. And ChatGPT wasn't awesome. After DeepSeek and that release and all of that crazy stuff, what they did is they created Dolly, which has been really good, but still didn't understand your prompts crazy. They've taken Dolly and 4.0, which was like the research and all of that, and they've combined them and they've made the ChatGPT 03. And I want to show you what I created because carousels are doing really well right now with Instagram. It's also a fantastic way to sell a digital product or to get a very wordy kind of idea out. I know Tony's been using ChatGPT quite a bit. You can do different integrations. We'll talk about integrations on Thursday. I was planning on doing that about like Canva integrations and Zapier and ways to automate those kinds of processes. We'll do that on Thursday. But I want to show you this. This is something that ChatGPT did for me. And it didn't tell me how to create it in Canva. It created it in Canva. It also took, I screenshot it. I was like, oh man, it was a very artsy and cinematic, really cool kind of carousel that somebody else did. Yeah, way, Emily. I was like, I want to create this. And I gave it a picture of, I took exactly what, it was another very famous, over millions of shares carousel. And I said, I want to create it for the AI Mom and Abundant Academy. So it went through and researched about Spanx, researched about Pinterest, researched different stunning statistics for me, and then created the visuals in a way that I would have never understood how to do. If you're trying to sell, if you want to have a Shopify store and you're trying to sell a product, so that is insane, I know. So, okay, pianos, perfect prime example. Let's say you want to sell a piano, right? I don't think that you sell pianos, Emily, but maybe you do. I think you sell piano lessons, if I'm correct, but I don't know. Piano lessons, okay. You can take a picture of, let's say that you want to start adding pianos. You can take a picture of a product and it's a random product in your house and ask ChatGPT 0.03 for a very stylized, cinematic, Vogue, or whatever kind of imagery you're going for your brand. You want an advertisement that would be placed in that magazine and it'll create it for you. Like it has taken marketing to another level. And when I say it'll create it for you, it's not in 2 days. It's not in a week. It's in 5 minutes. It's literally right there and you can post it. So there's limits to it. It does take a lot of energy to create those images. So you have to be strategic. I like to use it for creating carousels. Yes. So you want to use 0.03. And you do have to have the plus version, which is $20 a month. but it's cheaper than any kind of marketing team. And I love it. It's still a new release. It's still in the works, but it's a great way to start kind of leaning into different content that you might not otherwise know how to do. Okay, so we are is everybody okay to go 10 minutes over? I know we're backing into 2 o'clock, but I did want to go through some additional. Yes, Jody, I absolutely do say that you go for the plus version. I would say get familiar with the free, and then I would absolutely go for the plus version because it's no problem, Tony. Because it's $20. I know that that's a monthly expense, but I think it's probably the best. That and Canva Pro are the 2 best products you can buy. And if you're going to start leaning into content creation and you're like a YouTuber, Pamela, but Pamela doesn't need any help. Have you guys seen her content? Like, forget it. It's like next level. Like she makes me want to cook at home so bad. Anyways, you can create on Opus Clips is another really good segment if you are doing like podcasts or you want to just talk to the camera. Like if you take long form and you want it to go into short form, Opus Clips is another really, really, really important AI tool that I would pay for. But I would say Canva Pro and your ChatGPT are the best. Okay, that's good. So, okay, using tips and implementing them immediately. What's the general time frame to launch something? I know it varies, but general idea, less than a week. I would, oh my gosh, I can launch it. So for me, now knowing all of the tools and everything, I can launch a product in 48 hours, like easy. Yeah, yes. Now it's just having the mechanics. So once you have like your digital product done, we can launch next week, like easy, we can launch. That's what I would say is like the critical thing. And as you guys will know, and Alexia can attest to it, and any of like my business partners can attest to it, and soon to be a lot of our clients are going to know, done is way better than perfect because you can iterate. Okay. You can pivot. It does not need to be perfect. Get it done, get it through. Oh my goodness. Dr. Amelia Kelly. Hello. So happy you're here. Sorry, I just saw we have Dr. Amelia Kelly's here. She's incredible. She teaches like how to turn ADHD into your superpower, and she teaches all different ways to recover from trauma and turning that into your power. And she's incredible. If you haven't given her a follow, you absolutely should. She's incredible. She's very, very, very lovely. And I would definitely follow her. Anyways, hi. I'm talking up how incredible you are. Drop your handle so people can go and follow you and get all of your creative resources. I just offloaded a bunch of AI stuff. I hope you come on Thursday. But anyways, follow Dr. Amelia Kelly. Okay, so yes, you can launch, but done is better than like perfect because we can iterate. That's the beautiful thing about an online business. It's a beautiful thing about an online digital product. You can change it. The links, you just keep the links or you change the links or there's ways to pivot around it. If you decide you want to change something, you want to improve something, whatever it is, it's really cool, but done is better than nothing. Yes. So for online course creation, what I like to do, the best way that I like to start is I always start with my digital product. So you have to know your target demographic. You have to know your niche. You get to your digital product. Before we started creating these digital products and landing pages and selling and all of that, we were doing books. So I can help you with that. I love to use AI. Claude is a fantastic resource if you are an author and you want some support on that. I would use Claude. The Claude is like ChatGPT, but it's for long form book writing. I still use ChatGPT because it's where I'm comfortable, but it's a different app. So I would check it out. If you're an author and that's like your core focus and that's really where you want to lean into and you like to write back and forth, I think, Carissa, you asked about that before. Claude is a great resource because like it's actually insane. It's C and you spelled it right, or cloud as I say sometimes. But you code, I don't know, Claude, I have no idea. But what you can do is you write in a prompt. Again, you talk to it exactly how you have learned to talk. Okay, you love Claude, good. Exactly how you've learned to talk to ChatGPT, and you say, these are the things that I want to do. This is what I want to write. And it can help you write out all kinds of outlines and all of that. Now you have curriculum, 100,000 students through a program. Wow, that's incredible, Jody. I have a platform for you. It's called Abundant Academy. We are on, so to talk a little bit about Abundant, yes, okay, perfect. On Abundant Academy, we are on Lightspeed VT. And we Lightspeed VT is like a multi-million-dollar platform. So it's an elevated version of like Thinkific or whatever, and it integrates all of, so when you're in the platform, and have you taken the Abundant Mom Path to Success? Has everybody taken that? Because you can see the capabilities of what we can do. We can create an interactive course. Okay, Jody, I would suggest you do that. What is this? So Abundant Academy is our platform where we have all of our courseware. So you have Abundant Money, you've taken the classes on Abundant Academy, or should, ma'am. But we have a free course. Whenever you log in and register, you take the Abundant Mom Path to Success. Tony's taken it, and I think Jana's taken it. And it's interactive. So it takes you through all of the different ways that we can create digital revenue and recurring revenue streams. And it positions you into like the perfect spot of where you should be. Like it asks you a bunch of questions. So Jody, that might be applicable to you. If you have a huge consumer base, that might be helpful. You can create an interactive course. So like for Tony, eventually, because she's a homeschool mom, teaching moms how to homeschool, she'll want some interactivity in her coursework. Carissa, you'll probably be applicable to that too. So when you create your course, you're going to want it to be interactive. You can ask questions, they can answer, and then based upon the student's answer, you can then generate a different response and create a different download for them. But that's next step. So Jody had asked, what does she think about, what do I think about digital courses? I think that I have a fantastic platform for you to put your courses on. Okay, Emily, yes, yours probably would. So I would, we can talk more about that too on Thursday, but I wanted to give you some practical tools to step away with for marketing, because that's top of funnel. So remember, your social media is going to be top of funnel. Another reason why we created these digital products and these landing pages was because we have huge influencers on social media that have these like not so niche followings that wanted to be able to convert their audience and give value to their audience, to be able to survey their audience through different ways. Digital products is one. And what that does is it works as another funnel that drives your traffic into your platform, which would be your course. And eventually you want to upsell them into buying your courseware packaging. You want to sell them into buying your coaching, right? But one of the biggest things that you always want to remember, moms, is you give away your biggest value. You always want to give away some of your best stuff for free. So that way, when you meet new people, they're like, oh, hey, I love this. Like if you guys didn't have access to these coachings for free to start to understand our culture and who we are, you probably wouldn't have signed up, because there's thousands of them. So you want to make sure that when you're giving value, you're giving value and you give it away for free. And then people are happy to pay because they know what they're going to get and they know they're going to succeed. Does that make sense? Okay. Bye, Tony. Now, okay, good. Now I do want to help you guys with your to-do lists a little bit. So hit me with it. And I gave you a prompt to plan out your content. Really, you can create your content for your digital products as well if you haven't. And I would do that through brainstorming with ChatGPT. You can literally ask ChatGPT for 5 names of your digital product. You can ask for course ideas. You can ask for book ideas. You can ask for everything that you want to pontificate about, like we talked about. You can do that with ChatGPT. So that way, when you come to your one-on-one with me, you kind of have a solid idea and we're not wasting time, we're executing. You know what I mean? Because that's the biggest name of this game is once you actually have your idea is being able to execute that idea, use the tools, implement the tools, execute, then we can just keep replicating. It's once you have that template of your brand voice, your target demographic, you can just keep replicating your different digital products. That's exactly what Shannon Cairns did, one of our experts. And you can go back on YouTube and see some of her stuff. She sold $2.8 million in digital products alone before she finally has a course on Abundant Academy, but she sold $2.8 million on digital products. And she just kept replicating her template. So in Business in a Box, for those of you that have the Business in a Box, those are her templates that she's giving you that we know convert and work. So her landing page is the template you're getting. Her digital download product are the Canva templates between me and hers that you're getting. Like that's the type of value that we want to give, right? But that's the positive thing of once you've narrowed down and you understand what works and what converts, you just change out the content in that template. You can change the colors, make it fancy, whatever, but you just replicate, and it's a numbers game. So can you guys give me something that's keeping you stuck? I'll take 3. Something that's making you stuck that you want me to help you with AI for right now. Hit me with it in the chat or take your screen off and I will help you. Let it rip, guys.
Okay, I'll unmute and I'll ask my question. I think because I have so many different ideas that are wedding, I don't really know where to hone my focus in. Like I don't think I have ADHD. I think I've developed ADHD, and I have like my brain goes from, oh, I need to focus on my content on my social media to maybe I need to be writing my book, and maybe I need to be in like all the different things, or maybe I need to be working on my digital product, or do I make my book my digital product? Like it's just that questioning web. And then instead of having, decision fatigue, it's just, I have a million ideas and they're good and they all fit within the realm of who I am and what I really would love to be an author and a speaker. That's my passion, is standing in front of people in person and speaking. But I want to also offer all of these things and knowing where to start and how to marry them all together. Like I know it here, I just don't know how to get it out and where to start.
So here's where I think you start is if you have your target demographic, then your content is just a few simple prompts away from creating that, right? So you're going to want to do like a batch of quotes on Canva to be hyper specific for your content. Then your B-roll content is you doing the things. So if you like speaking, then you're going to want to record yourself speaking and then batch that down through Opus Clips or, a video editor on Fiverr or even yourself, right? To some key viral points, or even just muted with a trending audio over it and a hyper specific text overlay of you kind of talking, because you want to be a speaker. So you need people to see that you speak, right? Even if it's just you putting your camera down and recording yourself, you can start that. So that's where I would start. And then, yes, absolutely. Your digital product is your book. Your book is your digital product. Okay. We can publish your book on Amazon KDP. That's what I would suggest you do. But you want your digital product to reflect your book. And what you do is once you have it written, you take it and you upload it to ChatGPT and you say, give me 5 different ideas for a digital product for this. Give me 5 different ideas for a freebie for this. And it will help you. And then you say, use this book, or use this half-written manuscript, or use this chicken scratch that I have, and turn this and help me formulate a digital product. Those are the 2 key places that I would start. Is your content is you doing the thing. Do the thing that you want to do. Is that a mom? Is that a speaker? Is that what is it? And take video of you doing the thing. And then I would add in, subsequent to that, to keep the hyper specificity, I would add in your quote, even if it's just a quote over B-roll of you kind of talking. So I would start getting used to putting your camera down, being a mom, speaking, doing things like this. You're speaking on camera right now. Your audience doesn't know what you're doing. So I would put, and this is what I should be doing, is having my camera like this, seeing me coach back and forth. That's what I should be doing, because it's reusing what I'm currently doing. Does that make sense? But your content is you doing the thing, you doing the thing is your content. And then your digital product is you being that author and writing it, and write it with ChatGPT, write it with Cloud, lean in to that. And you can just start doing different ideations. I have like 17 different digital products and only 2 sell, because it took me a few times to get there, right? But that's okay, because I learned through that process, it's reps. I learned who's my target audience. I learned what their pain points are. Currently, I'm going through a season of being able to understand what moms actually need. I thought getting on here, you guys would want to know about mom mental load and offloading that. You don't. You want your business tools. Okay, that's a different thing. I should expand. This is my takeaway. I should write a second version of my book, come up with a full mom packet digital product, because that's what moms are wanting, right? So you're going to iterate. Does that make sense? I would say those are your 2 key places to start.
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay, we will do the mom stuff. I will lean into that, business and mom. Okay. B-roll, yep, doing what you do. Okay, you too. I'm so glad you popped in. You have a lot of followers. Okay, Emily, you have a lot of followers on Instagram, but no sales. I think we talked about this before too. We talked in the DMs, right? A little bit. Since you teach piano to all ages, your course is great for middle school through adult. Okay, great. You're having trouble narrowing your target audience. Who pays for your courses? Parents? you're unmute.
So parents do. Yeah. And then I have a retiree, and I'm talking in person right now. Right.
I love that.
So it's like what I do in person, but I put it in a book form and videos.
And I think that that's beautiful. I think that's brilliant. And I think an interactive course is totally amazing. Like I said before, I think you're right there. I would say that your target audience is who pays. And the way that you talk to them or get them to convert is you explain how they're going to feel after using your product. So a parent is going to buy do you want to sell your piano? You want to sell your digital product in course, right? So you can kind of scale your reach past the in-person, and it can become an automated passive source of income, which I would say is brilliant. And that's exactly what you should be doing. Okay. The way that I would do that, I would love to look at your modules and your courses and see how that's structured. Like we talked about, so your freebie, I would say would be like your top 3 huge tips, but I think that you have that. I would definitely do, right?
Right. It's basically module 1 is my freebie, which I had up there, but I'm like not sure. So I'm trying different things.
So we're going to want to hone in on your email marketing, because you said that you do have an email list, right? You should start doing promotions about your freebie in your stories all the time. So people don't buy from reels, they buy from stories. People don't buy the product, they buy how they feel. So how are they going to feel when they take your product? They're going to be proud parents knowing that they did the right thing, right? Like I'm putting my daughter in piano lessons because I want her to learn math and I want her to know how to read music and I want her to know, like, be cultured. That's because I didn't do that, right? So that's why I want to know that you're solving that problem. That's the problem that you're solving. I'm your target demographic. So however you can articulate that in your content is how I would express that. And you can get a lot of help on how to do that in ChatGPT. Then what I like to do, which helps me with reducing the mental load, is you're going to want to do probably 30 to 60 days of daily emails. You're going to get a lot of unsubscribes. It's okay, because what that's going to do is weed out the people that don't care and actually do. And I would make your daily emails to be reflective of your daily posts, which are hyper specific, information giving, and they walk away with value with an emphasis on how they're going to feel. So it's not always selling. You can, Alexia is a huge proponent of covert selling in your link, in your captions, but the majority of people want to know how your product's going to make them feel. Did that answer your question a little bit? Did that help you?
It did. I think I always struggle, like, do I focus on the middle school age? Do I focus on older adults? Because I have both. I don't really have any moms that take piano, but they're
but
a little
it's
bit
the
busy.
mom that's buying it, right?
Right.
Because is the middle schooler going to track you down and like say like, hey, I need to pay you for my piano lessons?
No.
So I would, and
grandparents too, but yeah.
Yes. And the grandparent is either going to be taking it, the retiree is going to be taking it or paying it. So you can, I mean, I would ask ChatGPT, let's ask. I want to sell, I have a digital product course that teaches piano lessons, and I would like to figure out the best course of action for my target demographic in identifying. I have two course segments of students. I have middle school students and I have older retiree students. And I would like to know the best course of action that I should be taking to market my materials to them, because I would like to start to automate my business in a passive way. What's the best way that I can nurture the existing clients that I have, or the existing email lists that I have, and create and get new ones? I don't know. Let's see what she says. Let's see how good Judy is. Such a powerful position with the digital product. 2 different segments. Okay. Middle school students, buyers are parents. So your pain point is they want their kids to learn music without weekly driving, without driving to weekly lessons. They want structured screen time, skill building, and a creative outlet. They want a friendly, quick to trust, values flexibility, like teacher. Your self-paced piano lessons for your child will actually enjoy, no driving, no pressure, just progress. Retirees, pain point, feeling like it's too late to learn or worried about tech. Dream is fulfilling lifelong dream of playing music and staying sharp. The tone would be warm, calm, supportive, reassuring. Your offer angle is it's never too late to learn piano at your own pace. No stress, no pressure, just joy. And so they have some email sequences too. I will copy and paste this into the chat. Another thing that might be interesting for your business model, I don't know if you already are doing this, but have you talked to senior homes, senior housings, and offering this as like an activity, because they may not have a lot of resources? So if they have that where you kind of bring piano lessons to them, they might be interested in implementing it, and like you could give them a package deal. I don't know, might be interesting. See, maybe thinking that same thing.
Well, yeah. This is more of a
might...
this is a play and sing course. So it's usually like harder for older adults to do it, like that old, like where they're in their own facilities and everything, but maybe that's discriminating. I don't know. I've taught everybody though, and I know like the motor skills do slow down at a certain age.
Okay. Well, what I would try to do is I would talk with ChatGPT back and forth and then start brainstorming. And then when it feels right in your heart, then you know that that's the direction. And I would try it for at least 30 to 60 days.
Okay.
And the rule of thumb is it takes 180 days to cultivate a hyper specific like audience that will convert. So it might take you some time, but you just need to be consistent. You already have over 15,000 followers that wanted to follow you for piano lessons, right? For piano, right? I mean, you've gone viral a few times.
Yeah.
So you have the audience. So I would do like I said before, like a live kind of maybe showing or an interactive class on Zoom to start getting people to know you and trust you. I would do a live, something like that. And then parents. I think that's who buys it. That's what I would focus on.
Okay, thank you. That helps me a lot.
I hope so. Okay.
Sometimes talking it out helps.
Yeah, I know. Talk it out. You were a director for pharmacy. Oh, really? They were always very welcoming. That might be something that might, okay, that's cool. Hey, Christine, maybe you can help Emily with some stuff and you guys can hook up. Okay, ladies, we are backing out of time. We are over. Can I answer any last minute prompts? Do you guys have you have the toolkit that I gave you?
Chelsea, so this is amazing and and a little overwhelming, honestly, because this is my very first time on one of these. So I obviously I know about ChatGPT, but I've never interacted with it even close to how you're utilizing it. And we are very brick and mortar, but we are, we have everything. I think a transition to digital would be not easy for us, but we do already have a digital component to what we do. We have an audience. We just don't have it digitally. So what's my next steps? What do you suggest for me? Yeah, what do you suggest? Because I know you mentioned a course or
what do you teach? I'm sorry. I know
we really focus on mental health and emotional wellness and development goals, life purpose for teens, junior high, high school, young adult.
That's amazing. So we have abundant health is a category. Tattoos of My Soul teaches a lot of mental health. Dr. Amelia Kelly teaches she had her course. I went a little too conservative, but we're still figuring that out. But she has her course that she teaches ADHD and turning her power into pain or ADHD into your superpower. So anyways, what we do with instances like that is we take that curriculum and we create some digital products for you. So you would want to create your do you have digital products?
We do. We have an online.
You can take your camera off, but I can see your face.
You know what? I am so sorry.
Okay.
I am not in a place where I can today. Normally I'm all set up for Zooms, but not today.
That's okay. So what I would do is you do not have digital products. Is that correct?
We do. We have an online digital version of our journal. We have a hard copy journal program curriculum, and we have a digital. So our digital is already created. It's just creating all the other components around it. Yep.
So then I would take that, and that's driving traffic. You drop your social media handle in the so people can go and follow you. Ambassadors of Compassion. So what I would do is let's talk. Bye, Emily. Thank you so much. I would, let's talk. What I would do is I would take your digital product and break it down. You already have your courses lined up. So it's literally just giving me a Google file of your interactive courses. that you want to be interactive in that list of questions, and you're coinciding like digital products next to it. And we just build out that course for you on Abundant Academy. And it like sits there. And we do quarterly events for, we've started with Abundant Money. We will be doing quarterly events for Abundant Health. We'll be doing quarterly events for Abundant Faith, Abundant Beauty, like all of our different categories. And we have these big experts that come and speak at our quarterly events. So like on Friday for Abundant Money, we have Brad Lee, we have Amy Suzanne Upchurch from Pink Stork, we have all of our consistent mentors. So myself, we have Alexia Ferrari, Samia Petalino, like all of these kind of millionaire.
Yeah, I know her. That's how I found out about you, through Samia.
Yes. Okay. So Samia. So, okay, perfect. So she has her course, right, on Abundant Money, and it's housed in there. So yours might be a little bit different. Like we may have to create a different category for you or something like that. I would say it would go into Abundant Health. I know that our moms would like benefit from it. And I think it would be like a different tiered price. It depends on the breadth of your courses and what you want that to look like. But I would say that how do you attend on Friday? It's in, I will put the link in here. But we would just build out your course, and you give me your it's a Google Drive file, and I tell you how to name it, and we go through and plan it out. But it seems like you're already like almost there. You just need a place to house it, right? And then
go ahead.
I always highly suggest that. So the top of funnel is your social media and your digital product. And then that gets your client. And then you're going to have a meta ad strategy to get your client and consumer base into your digital, like your course. And once they're in your course, you want to create somewhat of a funnel in that. So you want a free course, an interactive course that explains everything that you teach. And then you're going to want to segment it depending on what it is that you're teaching, and make sure that it's super value packed. They can have downloads, they may want homework. I mean, however you want that courseware to look, right? But you're going to want your digital, like you said, your journals, all of that, maybe health protocols. I'm not quite sure like what that would look like. I would need to sit with it. And then you're going to want to do, I know Dr. Amelia does like group coaching. So that way you don't have to worry as much about, licensing. So it's not individual counseling, it's group coaching that may come with a package that you can offer on a weekly or a monthly basis, where your students that take the digital course can talk to you on a Tuesday and come with the questions that they have. You can pace it so differently. You can make it a self-paced course. You can unlock modules based on how they get access to it. They need to pass like there's different ways that we can make it work within the program. And then I highly suggest doing like a quarterly event, maybe for parents that can come and learn about the services that you offer. You can, like, there's different ways that you could even do like a group coaching for parents, like a support kind of thing on how, because it's not just teens that need help, right? It's parents on how to be parenting your teen that's going through some issues.
No, absolutely.
So there's so much opportunity that we would just have to build it out the right way, but it sounds like you're like right there. So,
well, yeah, we are. We've taken over 100,000, well over 100,000 students now in schools. So we want a direct to school model. We want a direct to consumer model. I mean, we're kind of like not backwards, but just, right. We've done more the dinosaur, which is a lot of heavy lifting. And we're like, this is insane that we're not getting direct to consumer traffic right now.
Yes.
So, okay. Well, Chelsea, thank you. Gosh.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me drop my email.
Okay.
For everybody. And then I am going to drop the link for Abundant Mom Path to Success, which will it'll drop you right into our interactive course. So you're going to want to take that and see it. And then when you take the Abundant Mom Path to Success, you get sorry, you get registered for our event on Friday and you'll get the emails. Why? This does this to me every time. I am like, as much as I'm a tech person, I am just not. Let me text it to myself. Okay, I know, Raven, that's so funny. Okay. And then, so this is about, I'm gonna put 2 links in here. One is about just who we are at Abundant Academy. And then one is to register for the workshop. So if you, when you go in at the very bottom, it says like free, like log in, you can just do that too. And it'll drop you into the Abundant Mom Path to Success. And that will register you for the workshop. If you just want to register for the workshop, that'll also drop you into the Abundant Mom Path. There's 2 ways, but I want to give you this first link because it gives you all of the information and like whole summation of who we are at Abundant Academy. We are conservative. We are faith-based moms. We are like focused on being home with our kids, and we talk about Jesus. That's our thing. So, and then if anybody else has anything before we're going on hour 2. So my kids are like, I am so lucky that you guys have like stayed here and been with me. I'm so honored. Thank you. I hope you got value from this. If
so good.
Really? Okay, good. I am so glad. And then I would love for you to just share this and invite your friends, tell your friends. We have an affiliate program. So if you want to share with your friends, even if they register for the free workshop and they end up buying, so what we're selling at the end of the Abundant Academy workshop is it's $597 and it's business in a box. So it's literally everything that we talked about here and are going to be talking about on Thursday. It's templates. So it's like all of our Canva templates that we use. It's all of our landing page templates. It's, 60 days of email templates on what you should be doing. It's prompts. It's all of that we're selling for $597. Then we're doing, I should do a life event. Okay. What does a life event include? Because I would love to. Then we have our weekly coaching, which is typically $47 a month, where I bring all different experts that come. And if at the workshop you get that $597, then you get 3 months of coaching for free. For now, if you buy the Abundant Money package, you're getting the business in a box included, plus 6 months of coaching included, and a 90-minute with me. And we're doing that just for our VIP clients. We like that have been participating in this, and I'm like so lucky to have you. So if you guys have any interest in that, it is here, but we do offer a affiliate program. So if you invite like your friends or your colleagues or people that you think would gain value from our workshop, and they end up buying something at the thing, you'll get 30% of that. If you have any interest in that, I can drop the affiliate link in here too. The whole premise is we want to make so many different ways for moms to make money that like there's no way to be broke. Because I grew up with a single mom who was a paralegal, and she was very smart, like almost genius level smart. And somehow we grew up very, very poor because my mom decided to stay home with me, and she was a single mom. And I just wish she had the tools that we have now, because I just don't think that any mom should have to sacrifice being with her kids or working or whatever and live hand to mouth, because it just doesn't make sense. So that's my whole core focus. That is my why. Okay, let me give you the affiliate link. abundant. I'm sorry, so many links. Carissa, you got, yeah, so many of you guys have gotten abundant money, so that's so cool. Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. We started talking at the same time. I was going to ask on the affiliate link with all these people coming in, how do you know who's like, I have my cousin and a friend who are looking at doing this right now. How is that organized? Because we don't have individual affiliate links, right? Or do we?
So on Post Affiliate Pro, which is what I'm putting in the chat right now, you can also just have them say your name and they'll know, and it, like, I'll know. But if you gave them the link and they signed up and they didn't use your affiliate link, like, that's fine. Just make sure they tell me. But this Post Affiliate Pro link, that's you want to log in and you are like officially an ambassador in our program. And in that dashboard, it'll give you the workshop. It'll give you like the abundant money link. If you're just like, okay, just get, like, to your friend, just get the $297 before it goes up to $597. So you can get the free training and all of that, because like I was telling you earlier today, like I'm gobsmacked because we've had so many sell that I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. And now my mentors are like, okay, the model's been proven. You're going to have to increase after this next 90 days. Once you get like all of these moms to $1,000, $10,000 months, like, it's go time. And so that's kind of what they're saying. I don't know. I always want it to be super affordable to moms. So $597, maybe just our cap, I'm not sure, but I always want to make sure that everybody has the opportunity. So those are the links. Does everybody need anything else? If you have a 90-minute with me, I want to make sure that it gets scheduled, because after the workshop, I have a feeling it's going to be crazy if you're not already on my calendar. And I think that I have Anna's next week. Carissa, we have you almost scheduled. Pamela is next week. Anybody else? Amy. Oh, Amy is in here. Okay. Yay. All right. I am so honored to have had you guys on the phone. Raven, I will stay after for a couple of minutes. If anybody has any questions or needs, like anything, you are welcome to DM me on Abundant Academy, on Abundant Management, or on at the AI Mama, because I will respond to you. I have my email in there. You guys can track me down. I'm easy to track down. I hope to have all of you as clients. I would love to work with you and build your businesses. I absolutely want you to come to the workshop, because we have some crazy heavyweights. If you got any value from me today, then you're going to get massive value, because they're all way smarter than me. And I am so fortunate to have them on our call. So I am so honored to have spent this time with you. And I want to thank you so much. And I will talk to you on Thursday. We will be doing the same thing. Come ready to share your screens, because I don't like looking at black. It makes me nervous. just like a black screen that I'm seeing. So I'm like talking to myself in the camera, and it just feels weird. Okay. Hi, Amy. Okay. We will talk to you later. If you guys have any last minute questions, you can feel free to turn your cameras on, ask me the question. I have 5 minutes. My kids are going insane. I know Raven had a question.
I'll just hop on. Hi. Okay, so something, this is my first time hopping on with you, and it's really, really cool to see another mom who is using ChatGPT the way I have for almost 3 years now. Like, I feel like I've been in this little bubble that, know, people look down upon, or like you said, they feel like you're cheating. So to like hear all these other moms out there using it, it's amazing. Yes. So my question for you is, I'm through so much of the front end of everything you've been talking about. Okay. Like, I'm out here making podcasts for myself while I'm jogging, so that because I don't even have time to read everything that chat gives me anymore. you know? So what I'm wondering, is there like an advanced or like, I don't want to say like sped up, but like, can I jump in? Because my last point, I'm not doing digital products. I'm actually, as homeschool moms, I feel like we're so busy that there was no way I was going to be able to teach all these moms what it took for me to learn in 3 years. So I said, screw that. I'm jumping straight into an app. So I just built out a whole, because I kept asking about organization, because it's like we get so much from chat, but it's hard to organize it. I can only print so many tidbits, or put it into Canva and print those out for me, that I was like, okay, I need to make this one so the moms who have never used AI can just click and boom, they have it, but also throw it into an organizational tool. My last piece of the puzzle is marketing, like getting out there. So do you have like a fast forward, someplace where I can jump in that's that kind of tail end on marketing?
Yes, totally. What's your handle? Where's your top of funnel and what do you focus on most? Is it like Instagram, Facebook?
It's highly Instagram right now because it's easy. I know my target audience is going to be on Facebook and in the groups, but we know admins are like gatekeepers. It's hard to get into a Facebook group and really talk about anything unless it's completely unpaid. So I would say I'm really 50-50 Instagram and Facebook. And I'm not looking for like a whole blown give me everything, but tell me, where do I start with you? How do I get in for that tail end?
Yeah. I don't know. I think that we just like, I was just going to tell you what to do.
I know, but I don't want to steal that from you. You have so much knowledge.
Oh, forget it. I would say, honestly, we have an entire course within Abundant Money on social media and monetization of that. And then I also have my Mom Business Blueprint, which you have the PDF in that Google Drive. Of Mom Business Blueprint, and I have an entire course that teaches like marketing and email marketing and all of that, like those modules. If you're looking for something that's like jumps to the end, I can tell you where to go, or we can just jump into a 90-minute, and that might be like the best course of action.
Yeah.
The Business in a Box is going to be really great because it has all of our Canva templates, email templates, and the landing pages. I think what you will find you need, at least that I found I need, because I'm doing the app as well, and maybe we could work together and collaborate on that, because I'm not doing it towards homeschooling moms, but I'm focused on moms' mental load and building and like business bots, building that in their ChatGPT. So we can collaborate on that potentially. But what you're gonna find is I like to get people into the Abundant Academy community, and I like to focus holistically on that hub. So I want to make my courses interactive because I want to be able to talk with them. I want to create a leaderboard. I want to create challenges, because the only way that people learn is by using and doing and hands-on, right? Like that's really, they need to be tactile. So I like what we're building out is that leaderboard within our community, the interactive courses, that kind of thing. And then just really doing weekly coaching, because I've found that people are the most like love it the most.
I mean, look, we're sitting talking to a screen all day long, and as amazing as that is, and it gives us so much value, this will never replace that. And I think, so I love the interactive. I know exactly what that gives and what that offers, but in my mind, I'm like, I'm blocking out 30 minutes to talk to my husband right now, so I'm like, where do I have the time? And that's why, so do you offer just a one-off, one-on-one where I can hop on? Perfect. I think that if we start there, then maybe you can plug me in somewhere that fits my block of time.
Totally. Send me an email and we'll get that situated. And then you might enjoy the workshop because it's like TED Talk style. I know it's a longer time, but it's every speaker is in 15-minute increments, and Phil Stringer is going to be there, who's like the AI. I don't know if you know.
Oh, I love it. Yep.
I like crazy. So I would definitely join for that. And then, just send me an email.
Perfect. I will. Thank you so much for taking that your time. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Does anybody else have anything? Because my child is having a complete meltdown downstairs. Take care.
Bye-bye.
No. Okay. Bye. Later.